Hey YouTubers, I'm Jacob, and this is a how-to video for changing out the inner and outer tie rod on a 2015 F-150. Should be a pretty simple project. I've included the list of all the tools and products you'll need in the description below, so make sure to click on those links and check them out. All right, let's get right into it. So if you've been experiencing a lot of wandering while driving, or getting pushed around a lot more from the wind, or just reduced steering response, it could definitely be the tie rods, because this is what allows the wheels to turn and gives that steering response. Once we jack this up, I'll give it some movement and we'll see how much movement there is, just to show you how worn these are. I've got 140,000 miles on the truck and these have never been replaced, so this should help clean up a lot of that steering slop that I've been experiencing lately, especially while driving on the highway. All right, so make sure you chock your rear tire, and then we'll go ahead and jack this up, set it on jack stands, remove the front tire. Make sure to break the torque on the lugs first before you do jack it up. That'll help you out. So here's one way to check and see if it's your steering tie rods. You can jack it up, tighten down your lugs, and then you can try moving it. That is way too much movement. We should not be getting that much movement. You can kind of tell it's stiffer towards the rear end and seems looser towards the front. That's because that's where that steering tie rod connects. The sway bar is connected in the rear. So yeah, that's shot. Let's go ahead and remove the clamps for this boot, so we can slide it down. So this one you don't use a wrench for, you just got to get a flathead screwdriver underneath it. And I looked it up. They're not reusable, but you could use a zip tie. Just used a mallet, help drive it in there. That worked. Okay, so it should break free now. The boot, at least. There we go.
I'm using a pick and hook set to break the boot free from the tie rod. This way I can slide it down to loosen the inner tie rod.
Okay, yeah, that definitely looks like it's worn. It's got moisture in there. This is just a cover on the back. Turned into a nice day. Few hard lessons learned on the tie rods here with the F-150. I should have ordered new boots with it originally, but I didn't. And I just went ahead and installed it. I had to cut the old one because I couldn't get the boot off, couldn't get it apart because it was just rusted on there. So I got new boots. Now I'm going to take it off and couldn't get the ball joint apart. So I decided to use a pickle fork, which I don't really like to use if I plan to still reuse that boot. And sure enough, it damaged it. So that sucks. I'm just causing myself more work. If I would have just bought all the parts, the new boots with it from the beginning, I could have had these pre-assembled and probably both of them done. But shoot, just hard lessons learned. I think I'll just have the alignment guys get this thing apart, and since I'm already gonna have to have this replaced and then put the new boot on. All right, so before I get this installed, I'm gonna go ahead and grease it. Just make it a little bit easier. So we're gonna go from center to center. Just from eyeballing it, I need to adjust mine. Let's get a measurement. It's about 15 1/4. I think it's pretty much spot on. And when you go get an alignment, they'll adjust it as needed to get your tires aligned properly. I highly recommend getting a new baffle or cover, whatever they're called. Definitely get a new one just because it's easier than taking these old ones apart. I couldn't get the other one apart because it was so worn and rusted. So just go ahead and get a new one, make it way easier on you. So I'm gonna tighten this up, then we'll get this slid in, tighten it up here on the end, drop it in, take it home.
Install the outer tie rod nut and torque to 76 foot-pounds, then make sure to install the locking pin if a non-Ford tie rod is being used. Once the install of the tie rod and boot has been complete, verify that everything has been torqued down and the locking pin is in place. Then straighten the wheel and reinstall the tire. Torque the lugs to 120 foot-pounds. Take the truck in for an alignment right away to make sure your truck is tracking safely down the road and getting even tire wear.
Thank you for watching my video on replacing the inner and outer tie rod on the 2015 F-150. If you liked it, smash down the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. I've included links to all the products and tools I used today in the description below, so make sure to click on those and check them out. Thanks for watching.